Are you dancing and singing in the street yet? So I've been talking about the dancing and the singing in the street for a while, right? And so now people are talking about the festival. There's just a full-on festival, right? Well, I live here, not far from the festival, and I've been involved in the festival doing some, back, support work, kind of behind the stage, backstage work. I am not myself singing, I am not myself dancing, but I have been involved in the music festival, and I'm so glad to see people talking about it, because for those of us who live here in the land of La La, this is our reality, that this 24-hour music festival has been going on for like 5 weeks. And it's kind of a trip that people don't know that, but there's also a big festival up in Portland, and there's festivals all over the place. It's just that because all of the town criers were removed from their posts by the circus, we don't really know anymore about where the different venues are for where the music is playing. But trust and believe, there's a lot of music playing. And it's actually because of all the music playing, because of all the dancing and all the singing, that these dome-shaped power brokers from the land of Chile decided they were going to do what they did. It's all interconnected. We have to realize that. It's not like there's one savior over here, or one hero over there, one really brave person over there. It's actually all of us, everyone doing their part, doing something, and then influencing each other, because we're all in this network of, mutual interaction. We're all, interconnected. And so you could be the one bringing the water to the stage, you could be the one in charge of the lights, you could be the one that's actually on the stage dancing, you could be the one in charge of the mics, whatever. Well, let's talk about those dome building power brokers from the land of Chile, old Mexico. Let's talk about those people, because what's been going on since they took a stand and left and moved up to my hometown of Chi-Town. Okay, so they left town, right? And what happened? The red hat dome-shaped power brokers decided right away they're going to threaten them. They threatened them with, we're going to take your job away, or we're going to fine you all this money. Then they threatened to arrest them and to send out the military, and and now the most recent threat has been an actual threat to their livelihood, their liveliness, their being alive, in the form of a pow pow kaboom threat that happened at their hotel up in my hometown, Chi-Town. So this is what we're dealing with, right? And this is just a wake-up call for all of us, that we need to recognize what the situation actually is. And it's hard because we're not used to this. So we all grew up in a country where we had 3 branches of government and checks and balances, where people could go to their local library or school and put a little ticket in and choose who they wanted to be on the ticket. And we we had a press, we had town criers who could say whatever they wanted to, and this was the world that we grew up in, right? And this is not the world we live in. And so we just need to be real now, right? Like, what are we dealing with, right? We're dealing with people who are mobsters. These are criminals. These are lawless people, right? So the circus, a lot of times we think, the circus is a fun place. You can go see elephants and tigers and bears, oh my, and people on the trapeze and clowns, and it's so much fun. But this particular circus is more like that dirty, carny underworld place, right? Like, these people are seriously involved in all kinds of back tent shenanigans. And so the circus is just the front, right? It's just the front. Behind the tent of the circus, we have, PDF, traffic jammery, and we have selling of, illicit goods. We have, trade and all kinds of stuff. We have thugs who, these are special clowns that, carry around, clubs and those fake kapows. And they actually send them out to hurt people and to threaten people. They actually have carnies that work for them who start fires in certain Western places. They have carnies they send out who threaten people's family if they don't toe the line. They have carnies who have connections to the cold country where they make vodka, and the country where they make those needy noodles country, and they have people there that are, have the billy clubs and go out and threaten people. So we got to remember the carny element of the circus. Carny folk, they don't follow the law, they pay off the law. They don't follow laws, they make their own laws. They don't believe in societal structure, they have their own societal structure. And their structure is composed of all these carny folk all over the world who have these networks where they exchange things and people. Now, one of the Crystal Gazers did talk about this several months ago, this element of the circus, the fact that they were involved in these type of international networks, and that was why it's been so hard to do anything about them, because these are not just a group of, foolish clowns who are just doing ridiculous things in the House of White. This is actually a front piece for an incredible network of nefarious folk. But do not lose hope, because this is not new. This has been the case for quite a while. What's been going on, it has been going on, but something is different now. And what's different now, there's two things that are different now. One is that we are finally starting to recognize what's going on. We're finally starting to peel back the veneer of the carny world. And two, people are standing up to them. More and more people. So yes, we've been dancing and singing in the streets for a long time now, ever since November. And it's still going on, even though the town criers are not allowed to talk about it. But now we've also got the power brokers weighing in. And so, the more people we have in more different spaces and places and positions that are involved in the persistence, the more successful we will be. So what's the good news for today? The good news today is that these power brokers from old Mexico, the land of Chile, they are not cowed. They were like, whatever you got for us, we can take. You can take away our jobs, you can take away our position, you can take away you can even threaten to take away our very existence, and we are still not going to bow down to this. And we just got to be proud of them. We just got to be proud. We also have to be proud of the land of Lala, where I live, for the persistence of every day, day after day, night after night, for weeks now, that the dancing and the singing at the music festival has been going on. No matter what, it continues. And it's working, because one of the results that's recently been reported is that the numbers of kidnappings have gone down. The numbers of detaining of peoples has gone down. And so, yes, it's still happening. Yes, people are still suffering, but they are being slowed down by the dancing and singing. And our dancing and singing has gotten the dome building power brokers involved. And our dancing and singing has led to the governors of the various provinces to stand up and say, oh, two can play at that game. You want to draw some new lines in the sand? We can draw some new lines in the sand. We can all draw new lines in the sand. So New Booty on the West Coast, he's not playing around. New Booty's like, I know how to draw lines, no problem. And he's calling up his buddy in Chi-Town. He's calling up his buddy in New York, and they're all having conference calls now all over the country. All the blue hats are like getting together finally, and they're saying, oh, now we understand it's all about drawing lines and drawing new lines. We can do that. And see, here's the thing. This is what bullies depend on. Bullies depend on their victims not fighting back in the way that they fight. Cheaters are counting on nobody else cheating. That's the only way they can win. But what happens when everybody says, okay, it's on. It's on. You want to fight like that? We can fight like that. You want to cheat like that? We can cheat like that. Let's go. And hey, tell me in the comments about the music festival in your neighborhood or whatever else your people are doing where you are.